I just took a bite of my definitely not organic chocolate pudding combination whipped cream cup. As we've already established, desserts are anything goes with me, including the killer high fructose corn syrup that's in fucking everything. That's just a fucking very, very bad for you. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, when I was at the library, I saw an email from Joe. I thought you would get a kick out of this one. It said, I wish I could remember it exactly, but we'll just ad-lib here. Something along the lines of, oh yeah, to prevent something from like that from happening, you need to get your hot water heater checked every year. The hot water heater was never checked the entire 11 years my mom was living here. And who knows if the old guy who died, or the old blind guy who like had a bar set up in the living room and who died here, and you know, who knows if he ever checked it. All I know is my plumber was like, I've never seen anything like this in my life, Lord. I've never seen anything so bad. And I'm like, I am so lucky, Dan, that this didn't happen when I wasn't home. It would have ruined my box sitting right next to it of original poems and songs that are irreplaceable, invaluable to me, and, you know, not anywhere but in that box of papers. And the thing is, it survived the last 40 fucking years. Some of those, you know, they're from when they've survived all this time. Back and forth, Massachusetts, California, Florida. I mean, you know. And to just be all gone and destroyed and waterlogged and soaked, because I was stupid enough to put them in my closet, because it's out of sight, out of mind. I knew the hot water heater. I never looked at it. I never removed the panel in my closet. It's back up now, but, you know, I didn't think that that would happen. I didn't think that would happen. But it did. I was so lucky I was home. Again, house insurance, my computer would have been ruined. It would have been a huge reason to finally get a brand new real bed that my mom's been wanting to buy for me forever, and, you know, I can let her buy it for me. Auntie gave back that several thousand that she claims was the remainder of the money. Again, I have no idea what's true, what's false. All I know is I was fucking on the floor in shock and let the guy know it, and my mom had given him permission to talk to me, you know. So I talked to him I got off the bus, and my mom went home, and this is months ago, but I talked to him for like an hour. I sat there outside of the friggin' store and just talked to him, and was blown away by the fact that he said my mom's pension had been going into a bank account for the past year, that she was completely unaware of that account number. And I said, are you sure? I only know of X and Y account number. One's closed, one's the one we found out that my mom thought was a joint account. It was really just Auntie's account, and that she was secretly my mom's Social Security pay without letting my mom in on it. And, you know, nothing, that's not illegal, but the fact is it's all duplicitous. It's all just, ugh. And whatever. She gave back that money, whatever it is. Again, when you're duplicitous like that, all I know is I kept him on the phone for a long time, and he double-checked and rechecked, because I said, that's an account number my mom's not aware of. Are you sure? And he said, yeah, I am, Laura. I went back, I double-checked, I asked, I rechecked, and I'm like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. Okay. Anyway, my mom, as you know, has been wanting to buy me a new bed for years. So if it had been destroyed, if the place had been flooded, but my computer would have been ruined, replaced by house insurance. You can't expect house insurance to replace a 24-year-old box spring mattress on the ground. So, but they would have replaced the rug. They would have whatever they would have done. Doesn't matter. I would never have wanted that to happen. Even it wouldn't have wanted the whole place could have been flooded, and who knows what you would have got for house insurance. my original poems and songs to me that are, I don't know them by heart, you know, but anything could happen to them at any time. At all these years, I mean, they could have been lost in a fire, they could have been lost in whatever. My aunt, who died of pancreatic cancer a few years ago, had all these pictures, and she used to tell me, it's like, one of these days, Laura, I'm going to put them in an album, whatever. Well, guess what? In her home, her former home, she wasn't the one when she died, but the one I knew growing up, the one I stayed in when my mom was locked up in that very bad mental hospital. I had to stay with them for those 5. But however, she always would say, remember, I'm going to put these, whatever, and she never got around to it. She kept them loose in her attic. There wasn't a fire, but there was some kind of flood through the attic, rain or whatever, and that was it. They were all destroyed, irreplaceable pictures, all destroyed. Okay. Well, these are my original writings. So I don't care. Plus, it just would have been such trauma and stress. Yeah, the house insurance would have covered all this crap. But meanwhile, you know, the whole house could have technically flooded. Dan, the plumber, said the water's supposed to go down through the floor because it will increasingly fill up, but it's supposed to go down through the floor so you don't get to revert. But he said if it gets clogged, that's it. And it was so fucking old, your whole house could technically have been flooded. You know, so thankfully that didn't happen. Again, we have house insurance, but so fuck what? You know, so the fuck what? Taking a bite of my pudding. I won't eat in front of you. Years ago, more than one of my fans, they weren't mean about it, they weren't assholes, but they're like, can you please not eat on video? Okay. And I kept my promise not to do that, but there were a few times here and there over the years that I broke it when I was shit-faced. No. I would never be one to say, oh, well, I wish that we hadn't been home and the whole place maybe had been flooded, the whole bedroom, and they would have had to buy me a brand new computer because my whole computer would have been... No. It's a big fucking hassle, trauma, stress, not worth it. I'm very grateful that there was no damage. Technically, the closet got a little wet, but nothing, you know, nothing we're going to bother reporting to the house insurance, not worth it. All I care about is that my original poems and songs that span back literally 40 years. I've been writing songs and poems, you know, I wrote when I was 9, 8 years old, whatever. Oh, I think it was when I was 9. It might have been 8 and a half. It might have been even younger than 9. Anything major happened in the world except for Trump making his big, you know, revelation. His bombshell news that he supposedly didn't know that his lawyer paid off Stormy Daniels. Okay. Alright, whatever, Trump. Then why on that paper that definitely is legitimate, that your lawyer admitted is legitimate, why was there a space for your name, Donald Dennison? And that's why he didn't sign it, because he supposedly didn't know about it. Alright. Even if I would give him that he didn't know that his lawyer did that, I find it a hard time to believe that. I mean, I find it hard to believe that. Even if he didn't know that, I still... And again, it's not because I'm a woman, it's not because I hate Trump. I don't hate Trump. Okay? It's simply because I watched her. And she was so detailed and so whatever, I just believe Stormy is telling the truth. Again, I believe Stormy is telling the truth because Trump, most men are not saints. we already know it's a proven fact that a majority, a significant, maybe not the majority, but a significant number of men and women cheat on their mates. So to say it's out of the realm of possibility that Trump cheated on Melania 12 years ago with this porn star, I'm sorry, Joe, if what you believe or whatnot, if you think Trump is telling the truth, whatever. I haven't talked to Joe about it. He just said it's Trump's personal business. But come on. Trump's hardly a saint. It's hardly out of the realm of possibility. We're talking 12 years ago. He wasn't president. He's not a saint. He proved that on the bus when he was overheard saying all that raunchy stuff. And, you know, about being in power and how you can use your power to get things you want from women. Come on. She's not my type. She was 27, a porn star, and you're 60. Tell me another one, Trump. I'm sorry. I don't hate you. I definitely don't hate you, but I still, listening to Stormy, I really believe she's telling the truth. I believe she is. I just do. It's not, again, it's not because I'm a Trump hater. It's not because I am a woman and she's a woman. No, I have a feeling she's telling the truth. I just have a feeling she's telling the truth. How this will all end up, I don't know. Her telling the truth, does that necessarily mean that Trump was aware of that thing? No, but why did they put a place for him beside his pseudonym Donald Dennison? You know what I mean? I don't know. But it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting, right? I'm hardly alone in those sentiments, right? I'm hardly alone expressing those sentiments. It's interesting. My Joe would not think it was interesting. But again, my Joe, you would not have expected him to wind up with someone like me anyway. But he's one of those, he was a brooding, extremely talented, quote, suicidal, unquote, he'd attempted it, you know, prior with, musician who didn't believe that he would even find love or whatever, and apparently, according to him, in the end, even despite my fucking whatever you want to call it, he still said he loved me more than he ever loved his wife of 5 years. So, no. She was apparently a lot worse than me. But he was clean, and I was a slob, and he's going to write this nice thing, yes, you know, to avoid the hot water heater situation happening, you need to get it checked out every year. And I was saying I had to clean this shithole place because the plumber was coming. He's like, well, to avoid having your place turned that way, you should clean a little bit every day. I'm sure you can guess what kind of person Joe, you know, is compared to me, but he definitely loved me. That I do know. I loved him in my own way, but that doesn't mean I was going to ever. That was for his sake. He might have thought, not when I broke his heart, and he didn't let on that I broke his heart, but obviously did. He asked me to marry him, but he was going back and forth to Jehovah's Witnesses, and at the time that he asked me to marry him, he was a full-blown Jehovah's Witness, and could you guys ever see me, the wife of a Jehovah's Witness? Are you fucking kidding me? So I did Joe a favor. And had I not done him a favor, it might have ended very, very badly, and we wouldn't still be friends 22 years later. So, you know, not 22 years later, because it was 6 years after we met, he asked me to marry him. So we met in '94. You do the math. You know what I mean? So I'm going to finish uploading the video I created this morning that I'm going to title Alicia's Foot Play and Witty Banter in the Kitchen. Now I want to go see what happened in the world today, if anything. Did anything new? Did anything major? Hopefully not super major, but you never know. Again, if I don't watch news all day long, World News Tonight, and it's like no kind of news at all day long, for all I know there was another mass shooting, for all I know whatever, you know, I don't know. But then, look what happened when I went almost a whole year without TV or internet. I never knew anything that was going on unless Joe told me, right? Joe or Selena. Selena called while I was at my mom's. And Selena said, tell her, I could actually hear it because my mom had the thing turned up. My mom's been dropping her phone lately and now it's echoing. And she wants a jitterbug phone, which I'm going to get her, but I hope that you can get a case for it because, you know, we're talking a cheap flip phone she's been dropping and it's echoing and she's lucky someone fixed it or it would be broken and it's definitely broken. I saw it. Okay, I finally got over there now that the hot water situation was taken care of. It's showing the wrong date and the wrong time, so you know it's on its last legs, right? The phone's showing the wrong date and the wrong time. She's lucky it's working at all, okay? Her next phone she wants that I'm going to be getting her is a jitterbug, but that's like $200. I don't want to get her a jitterbug phone unless we can have some case for it so it, you know, it's not her fault. She's not intentionally dropping her phone, but if she's dropping the phone, we don't want the $200 phone to break. It's one thing if the $20-something cheap AT&T phone breaks, but you know, and it's definitely on its last legs. She got it to work, but I saw it today finally. I was like, why is this, when I'm talking to her, why is it echoing, Mom? It's like, it's not working right, Laura. And then I saw the wrong date, the wrong time. Uh-oh. Anyway, Selena called, and tell Laura I have an email for her. I've already established, I wish you the best. I wish you, your family, I wish you the best, happiness, whatever, but I have decided that, you know, I have a right. I wiped the slate clean more than once. I decided, even though I had ended the friendship, I'm the one that's done it more than once, justifiably in my opinion, in my eyes, and then I've just wiped the slate clean, as in, didn't even read. She might have ripped me apart in emails from months ago or something. I have hundreds of emails I never opened from her, okay? Because that's the thing. If I'm going to wipe the slate clean, I'm not going to hold a grudge and read all these old emails from her where she may have ripped me apart. I just wipe the slate clean and I save all those old emails that I might read years from now or something. I saved them all. They're in a Selena Lost Friendship folder that I created like many, many months ago, maybe almost a year ago. And there's hundreds in there, hundreds, literally hundreds of emails in there that I never opened, okay? Because probably if I had ever opened them, times where I decided, okay, it's not so much that she apologized or whatnot, it's just, okay, you want to be my friend again, I'll forgive, I'll whatever, and we'll be friends again, and I won't read the hundreds of emails that I didn't read from you that maybe would make me never be a friend again. But I finally decided I just not worth it. And it's not because I hate her. No, I don't. I could never hate her. I could never hate her. Just like I said in regards to a boyfriend or a lover or whatever, I'm not willing at this point in my life to put forth the effort. So, I'm unwilling to put forth the effort. That's my choice, and I have to pay the consequences of, mostly being lonely. So I've decided, you guys know, the thing with my mom, it's just been endless roller coaster, endless drama. So it goes both ways. I'm not going to subject Selena to mine, and I don't want to be a part of hers either. I just don't want to. Stop being worth it to me. But it is interesting to me that I have hundreds of unopened emails from her. Who knows what they say? I bet she doesn't even remember what they say. If they're from a long time ago too, you know. It's possible I could read them and then I would solidify my you know, solidify my decision to no longer be friends with her. My mom's been obsessed lately about Ancestry.com and our ancestors and whether or not my father's mother, my so-called grandmother, who rejected me when I was 20-something when I foolishly told her I dated a black guy in college. We'd always been friends, me and her, and I didn't know that she would react like that. Obviously I'm naive, but anyway, my mom's wondering if she thinks she's still alive. Who knows, Mom? Who knows? Who knows? That ship long sailed, a long time ago sailed. She hurt me, broke my heart, and got over it. Just a blip. All the fucking shit that's happened to me from the moment I was a little fucking girl, let's say. Yeah. Someone says to me, whatever, are you religious, are you whatever, you God abandoned me when I was a fucking kid. God abandoned me long ago, baby. I was a wee lass. So the answer to your question, no. As I repeatedly said out here, I might, for my own reasons, my own private reasons, no longer wish to be Selena's friend. Remember, I've decided that more than once in past, and then I've changed my mind by her persuasion. That doesn't mean I'm not extremely grateful that she cares about my mom and is my mom's friend, you know. I always appreciate that. I don't believe she's doing it, you know. She genuinely cares about my mom, period. It has nothing to do with me. I believe that. Although, it unfortunately did kind of, you know, it became sticky when she's getting in the middle of shit between me and my mom, and she doesn't know the whole truth because I had chosen to not tell her everything that was going on because she didn't want to hear it or whatnot. She didn't want to get involved. And then she got involved anyway after she didn't know it. It was just that pissed me off. Well, it does get a little difficult. It did anyway. When Marion was a part of the picture, it got a little difficult with Selena being my mom's friend and my friend. I don't hate her, and I wish her the best. Don't want to do it anymore. Oh, by the way, I made my mom meals. First thing I did when I got there, well, first thing I did, I ate, I had a sandwich, but she has stuff there, like mayonnaise and stuff that I don't keep in this house because, I can have it as a treat at her house, at her apartment. I found her missing money that she was all upset about and 100% believed had been taken by a poltergeist. Okay? I found it. Surprise, surprise! It wasn't a poltergeist. How did I find it? I did what you need to do when you've lost something. Okay, Mom, you got the money out. What were you wearing that day? Let me check your pockets. So I started checking her pockets. Actually, I was doing that while she told Selena Laura's here, I can't talk to you, but I was checking her pockets. We didn't find that. All right. What bag did you bring when you got that money from the bank? Let's look in the bag. Okay, what about that black case, Mom, that when I left your apartment that time, I left your important papers there, the checkbook and your license, all that. Where's that? Here it is. Lo and behold, I found the money. And lo, surprise, surprise, the poltergeist didn't take it. So Mom was thrilled. I found her missing money. She believed a ghost had taken. Just because you don't believe in ghosts doesn't mean I don't. Mom, I believe in ghosts. I don't believe that you get older, whatever, and lose stuff, and a ghost did it. That's all. How do you explain the fact that it happened here, Mom? But my mom doesn't want to accept her age, doesn't want to accept, so whatever. Bottom line is, she might be off, she might be eccentric, she might be whatever, okay? History has proven her being thrown into, involuntarily sectioned, thrown against her will into these fucking nut houses, into these mental hospitals, has very rarely helped her and often harmed her. End of story. Okay? End of fucking story. So, if different people are involved and trying to prevent her, just as I am, from that happening to her, it doesn't help her. So, that's how I feel. Because I just never know. It's touch and go, and I think if she's the way she's behaving around me, maybe she's going to wind up in the, but then she can snap out of it, or, or not let it take over completely. I don't know. All I know is it's not a ghost. But I made her meals, put them in the containers that I gave her. Remember, I gave her all my plastic, most of my plastic containers, because I'm switching to glass. I found her money. She was thrilled. She would have never found it. I found it. Did I find it quite in the second? No. I did what I would do if I had lost the money. I went back, and then at one point I was saying, Mom, you probably dropped it. If you went to the store after you got it out, you probably dropped it somewhere. No, she didn't. She had it. But she would have never found it. Maybe she would have found it eventually, but I found it for her and she was happy. I also made her meals, so she was happy about that. I told her, you've got to drink more fluids. You're going to get sick if you don't. I'm doing everything I can. Everything within my power to try to help her and try to keep her from getting hospitalized again. Because I am completely 100% on to those places. They don't fucking help her. They treat her like a fucking guinea pig, those doctors. They hurt her. Most of the time, they hurt her. Majority of the time, they either hurt her, or they either don't help her at all, or actually hurt her. It's very rare that these places being thrown into them have helped her at all, and that's the bottom line, okay? You know what I mean? So...